Well, good morning, everybody. Well, today is the big day when I start up at the log job at Paul Smith College. Those of you who have been watching my channel for a little while know that this will be my third winter up there, and that's quite an interesting situation. We'll talk about that as the winter progresses some. But anyways, it's a beautiful day today. Not sunny, but it's still nice because it's warm. It's like 20 degrees out right now, and I don't think it's going to get too warm today, but still 20 degrees is just beautiful weather for working. We have next week some very, very, very cold weather, and I'm not sure how much I will be working during that cold snap, but I definitely have some logging I want to get done. So anyways, we're going to take Bill and Duke today, and I am going to put the blankets on these guys. And Duke has not been extremely good with putting a blanket on. I don't even know if I put the red blankets on them yet, but we're going to do that today, and I'll just show you what happens as I do it, and then we'll get loaded up and get up there, and we'll talk after we get up there. So one problem with these blankets, it's kind of noisy. You know, because of the vinyl or whatever it is inside. So what I generally do when I'm putting blankets on, I will open them up out here to where I want them to be, kind of like this, and walk in. Now this is a bigger thing for Duke to see, but I'm still probably going to go this way, but I'm going to take my left hand and kind of steady him type of thing. Okay, get up, get up, yep, get up, get up, get over. Oh, 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 attaboy. Oh, oh. So as you can see, he is quite afraid of it. Oh. I just go slowly. What I got to be very careful about is him jumping around and landing on my toes with them big old corked shoes, because that would not be good. There we go. There we go. Oh. Attaboy. Good boy. So he did quite well. Get up. I'll put Bill's blanket on him in a second, and you can see the difference, though, of a horse that's used to these blankets. That's the one like him that is not. So what I do is these blankets are very nice, heavy duty, but they do wear out, of course, and they get quite a lot of abuse. So there's two snaps up here that hook into rings on the other side in front of their collar. That is, at least that's what I do. So I reach around, grab the other side, and I usually go with the top one, but that will wear out over time, and then I'll have to go with the bottom one. A lot of times the snaps get smashed. See, that's smashed right in tight. I can't even use it. So I have to use the bottom one, which is fine. So grab that, snap it in place. We're good there. So then I just have it centered up on his butt, which is pretty good. Okay. And I'll reach down and grab the strap that goes around his belly. And that comes up and hitches right here. It used to be all your blankets would have two of these straps, and they would just go around back here. These newer blankets, a lot of them at least, this one was such that there was a strap right here that goes behind his leg and holds it in place that way. I don't use those. Matter of fact, I even cut it off because I don't like to use it, because you're fooling with their hind legs like that, and it's just not necessary. With it hitched in the front and with it hitched right behind his front legs, they tend to stay pretty good. Sometimes the back of the blanket will slide a little bit, but not that bad. So with this heavy duty liner, it makes for a really nice coat for them as they ride in the trailer. My trailer is closed quite tight, so it's not, there shouldn't be too much wind blowing on them anyways, but they still need, especially when it gets really, really cold, they still need these blankets, especially for this long ride to Paul Smith's, where I'm logging. It's like 50 minutes it takes me to get there. That's on a good day when there's not storms. But every day we leave here, we just never know what we're going to get up in the mountains, because they get so much more snow than we do. So if we hit bad roads, of course it takes longer to get there. So anyways, with Bill, I'll show you how, horse after they're used to these blankets, it's just not a big deal at all. Okay, walk up in here, give it a good toss. In the process of putting the blanket on him, we also get other horses used to the blankets being thrown around, and that's a good thing. Because as you saw, when I threw it over there, the straps almost hit Duke in the face. Back up. There again, I got one snap, but it's not very good. For myself, these nice heavy-duty blankets, which are quite expensive to buy, but for all the trucking that I do in the wintertime and all the use that they get, I would say probably, I gotta get the strap, Brenda. Get her. I would say they probably have a lifespan of maybe 4 years. It really isn't that long because they take a tremendous amount of abuse when they go into the trailer, especially after they work all day. They like to rub a little bit, so they're rubbing against the walls in the trailer. I come in the barn, and before I get the blankets off, if I'm not quick, they go right to rubbing, and they just do a lot of damage to the blankets. But anyways.
Way longer than 4 years.
What's that?
Way longer than 4 years.
That they last?
Well, you've had these longer than 4 years.
I
would say.
Brenda's saying I'm wrong as far as the lifespan of these blankets. I don't know. Maybe so. She says it's a lot longer than 4 years, but I know I replaced one of these. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, at any rate, they take a beating the way I use them in the situation I'm in, so they don't last as long as I wish they would. So, but anyways, let's get them loaded up and get to the woods. So as I load up these horses, you can see Baron and Earl are still in the barn. Brenda still has quite a few chores to do after I leave. And as we start getting more of a routine down, she'll be doing even more of the chores so that she can get me out of here earlier so we can come right out after breakfast and quick harness the horses up, and I can jump right on the road, and she's capable of doing all the rest of the chores, which makes it really nice for me, and I'm able to get a lot more wood out because of her help here on the farm. Last year we had William, the Amish guy that worked for me. He was here, so he did a lot of that work. So this is going to put a lot more work on Brenda to help me get to the woods sooner. But she's up for it.
Yes, we're hoping to do some videos of kind of back and forth between what Jim is doing down at Paul Smith's and what I'm doing here at home. So stay tuned for that. Bye, boys. Have a good day.
So guys, I'm just going to give you a real quick look if we can see in here. I'm not sure if we can. My truck's... Hey guys, we're good. My truck's kind of a mess here, but just to give you an idea of what I have here. So all my chains are here, my cant hooks here, my logging tongs here, 2 chainsaws, got water for them for lunchtime, hay and grain, their bridles, gas and oil. We should be all set. It's always hard when you start a new job to make sure you have everything, but I think we're good. Hi guys, we made it up here to the log job, and we've already had some issues that we have to deal with. So as I'll tell you about in a second. So as you can see, we have the 2 horses tied here. I actually gave them a little bit of hay, because I knew they'd be standing here for a little while I re-inspected our log job to kind of find out where my marked trees are. And I decided to start up the skid steer first thing this morning, and it would not start up. So here's my equipment, and actually a couple of logs even from last year. But my skid steer is sitting right there, and I actually had it over to the garage before I brought it up here. I had a whole bunch of stuff done to it, and we thought she was in great shape for the winter. And I got up here and it would not start up. It turned over just fine, but there's no fire. So worked on it for a little bit, trying to figure out what was going on, and realized that there's a possibility that I actually didn't put any fuel in here to come up here to this job, which is stupid of me, but those things happen sometimes. So generally I would have filled it up, and generally I keep 5 gallons of fuel in my trailer just so I can keep it full. The kind of the main reason for this is my fuel gauge does not work, so you just don't know. But I generally would have, and should have by all means, filled it up before I came up here, or at least put the fuel in the truck so I was ready just in case. So hopefully that's the problem. So I called down to Brenda, and she is willing to come up here with 5 gallons of diesel fuel in the car, which is not the best setup for anybody's car, obviously, but she's sweet enough to come do that for me, and hopefully we can get that going. So I've already cut down 3 trees, limbed up a couple of them, so we're ready to go. So I'm gonna hitch the horses up, and with this log job, I cannot bring anything onto the landing until I have my skid steer going. I don't want to take a chance, because if that doesn't start up, I need to be able to have this area for coming in here and getting turned around. So hopefully Brenda will get here in a little bit and we'll get it started. If we do not get it started, I'll probably still work a short day and skid some logs and trees partway down to the landing and leave them in the woods, probably on the power line that we have back, that we can still put a bunch there and at least get something done today. So we'll see how that goes. So a little bit about this lot for you guys that haven't been following my channel. This is a job that I was working on last winter, and I have 2 or 3 more loads of logs here, I believe, to get out. And then we have 2 other log jobs, all on Paul Smith's college land, right close to here, that we'll be working on this winter. And the forester told me there's actually way more wood than we'll ever get out this winter. So I like the challenge of that. Maybe I can surprise him, but he's probably right, and that's a great thing. But I do think maybe I would even kind of keep a better tally of what I'm producing this year. Today is January 17th, and I will write down every day how much board footage we put out, and so you guys can get a better idea as to what a horse logger could potentially do in a winter. And I will be able to even kind of go through my notebook and tell you how many days I was able to work during this stretch. Being it's the middle of January, we probably only got about 8 weeks of logging, so hopefully I can really push it hard and pump some wood out. I've got actually, I know of 2 sawmills down home that are wanting to buy 40 or 50,000 board feet of logs to stockpile for spring, so I should have a good market. So we'll see how things go, but we'll get these guys hitched up and get to work, and hopefully Brenda will be here soon. Oh, that's good. Oh, no. Back it, back it, back it, huh? 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 Oh. Oh. No. Now back. Oh. Okay. Hey. Yeah, man. G. Okay. Oh. Let's see if this works. Okay, so Brenda made it back here with my fuel, which is wonderful, and I hope this works. So what I did, we've had a little troubles with the solenoid, the fuel solenoid, and I did tap that quite a few times, thinking sometimes that makes it work. But if it's low, this low on fuel, it's not going to start unless we have some fuel. So hopefully it will take hold and start right up. We'll see in just a few minutes. So I was able to get a couple of those trees already this morning. So hopefully if we get this going, we won't have a complete wasted day. We'll get some stuff done. Well, let's see what happens. Well guys, as you can hear, I finally got this skid steer running. I've been working at this all morning long, and we thought for sure it was the solenoid, and it wasn't the solenoid. So we decided to check the filters, and the filters were plugged up pretty bad, and probably since I ran it pretty darn low on fuel, that made it even worse. And so anyways, after much time and a couple trips to Saranac Lake to get some parts, I finally got it fixed. But some days don't always go quite as good as expected, but I'm telling you, I'm very pleased to be able to at least get this fixed. As you probably realize, I'm a horseman, not a machinery man, and I do not like to work on machinery, but sometimes you just have to. Anyways, I will go even now though and show you what I did accomplish yesterday, even though it was not a very productive day. I was half tempted this morning to come up with the horses, but I decided I better not take that risk of coming up here and going through all the work of bringing the horses up and then not getting the skid steer running. So I'm glad I left them at home because it's after lunch now, and next week we'll be right back at it. So I did want to show you here what I did accomplish even yesterday, even if it was just for a few hours. I had explained that I didn't want to bring them down onto the landing because if I couldn't move them, I didn't want to and pile them up. I didn't want to put them there because then they'd be right in my way to get turned around. So it worked pretty good right here on the power line, because I was able to bring them out in such a way that the ends are pretty well off the ground, and so I can easily put chains on them. So I don't know how much we have here, but it's actually will add up to a decent amount of scale, I'm sure. And next week, even though we have cold weather coming in, I hope to get back in here because I counted 9 trees on the left-hand side of this road, and I haven't been in to count the trees on the right-hand side, but there's still quite a bit more footage here to come out. Anyways, I'm gonna call this quits for this video. I hope you had a good weekend. Here it is Monday already. Not on my video, but actually when the video comes out. And hopefully you can see us on Friday doing a few things here, there, or anywhere. You just never know where we might be. Have a good day. See ya.